Something is different about my family. This is the thing, if stuck in someone's mind, especially kids, it will have a large effect on every stage of the life. Researchers studied the pain reported by 99 college students whose parents had divorced. 73 young adults admitted that they'd be a different and better person if their parents not divorced. The behavior of more than 50% of children as an adult in the future depends on how their parents behave with each other, whether children speak or not. But the truth is, they don't want their parents to get separated, except violent cheating or other cases where children themselves want their parents to get divorced. But if the parents are getting divorced out of stress, stubbornness, conflicts, or their own ego, it does have a greater effect on children's mind. The first thing is children finding their happiness outside the home. Parents are unable to sense this feeling of their own children because they themselves are busy in conflicts. Children start searching for their happiness outside the home, perhaps with their friends whose parents are together. The next is suffer from psychological and behavioral problems. Divorce clearly increases the risk that children will suffer from psychological and behavioral problems. Troubled children are particularly to develop problems with anger, disobedience, and rule violations. School achievements also can suffer. Other children become sad for prolonged periods of time. They may become depressed, anxious, or become perhaps overly responsible kids who end up caring for their parents instead of getting cared for by them. The next is sympathy gainer. Watching their parents fighting, sometimes children are full of anger and become rebel. Simply, they make mistakes and refuse to take responsibilities of their actions. Instead, they put the blames on their parents for their education. Normally, people sympathize with a kid whose parents are separated. Sometimes those children search for pity and seek for everyone's sympathy. Most of the time, they start believing this is my destiny and accept it, and never try another way out to become happy or change their situation, raise their mental strength, or finding their passion. The next is cranky mental power. It doesn't matter at what age the children are, the trauma of separated parents still could crumple their mental power. Sometimes parents consider that children are mature enough to cope up with the situation and will understand the reality. But on the other hand, parents give them so much time to create memories, attachment, and beliefs of the happy family that grow stronger. So the aches and the pains remain for a longer time and have more harsh effects even if the children are 25 years old. The next is weaken kids' understanding power. Sometimes parents try to generate hatred for each other in the children. They begin to tell children about nonsense things so that they can hate other parents. This weakens kids' understanding power. Children start believing in their talks. In the sense of this, sometimes they produce heavy hatred for other parents and sometimes take the serious step. It takes several years to know what is right and what is wrong for them. The next is sudden maturity. On a straight note, most of children's childhood removed and suddenly they become mature. Their mind works opposite than their age of children. Children themselves going through so many little situations in their life, those are important enough for them. Like if a child is going through bullying situation, it's a time to encourage them to stand for their own. But at this time, the parents are showing their own ego towards each other and get separate. Children have double burden situation to handle the bully situation at school and to cope up with why dad has to leave and why mother cries herself at night. Watching these conditions of parents, sometimes children are not even sharing their problems with the parents in order to not to increase the chaos. It doesn't matter how much harder parents try to keep everything as normal after the divorce, but the children knew something is different about my family as compared to my friend's family. Children can sense this feeling at any age, even at 5 or 6. Thank you. Thank you so much.